This is Soph,
This is Rich.
and we are
Across the
the
pond.
pond.
What sort of entrance was that? Wake up. Come on. Rich has had a nap, Sunday afternoon nap, and he's literally only just opened his eyes. I'll chuck him under the bus. I don't mind. That entrance and opening was terrible. Not our usual standard. That, people, is why. A, you shouldn't have an afternoon nap. And B, you shouldn't come to work straight from opening your eyes.
Well, good afternoon to you too.
How was your weekend apart from being tired?
It was okay. It was a lovely weekend.
What did you do?
What did I do? Oh, I went to a party.
Nice. Whose party? Was it a birthday party?
Birthday party for one of my friends. He turned 48.
Glad to see the ATP yawn has made it to the show. That is what we like to see. Keeping it real. Well,
How was your weekend?
Yeah, fine. I was just looking over there because my mum's calling me, but I'm afraid she'll have to wait. Sorry, Mum. Yes, weekend was fine. Alfie was meant to be at his dad's, but he wasn't. He was here this weekend. So we went and got a scooter.
You got him a scooter?
Yeah. To be honest, it's a bit like an early.
It's a scooter.
Well, yeah, but I'm just going to say it's a bit like an early Christmas present because, you know, it's not something you buy every day just for the sake of it. And if I leave it till Christmas, I'm really going to be able to go outside on it much. So I thought, let me just buy it now. And yeah.
Was he riding it?
He did. The thing is, he's only ever used to riding them at school. And the ones at school have got two wheels on the front and one at the back. This one's only got one wheel at the back and one at the front. So he was a little bit wobbly and I think it put him off a little bit, but he did get going.
He did get going.
Yeah, loved it. Just telling my mum we're recording the show because she's called me twice now and I don't want there to be an emergency.
Look at that.
You know what mothers are like.
Look at that dedication.
Yeah, well, this is the thing.
Dedication.
It's all well and good.
Look at that dedication.
My mum normally calls and she'll leave a voicemail message, you know, but she's literally just called one after the other, which is not a usual stat. You know, like people normally have their little, like if it was me, if I called, say, the dude, I'd call her and then call her again if she didn't answer, just in case, you know. Whereas my mum's are, let me call you, you didn't answer, okay, I'll leave you a voicemail and you can call me back. So it's not like her to call and call. But I just said
it's not like her to call and then call again.
No, not in succession like that. So I just messaged her and she said everything. I said I'll call her after the show. She said okay. So there's obviously no emergency. She must just be missing me.
She misses you. Oh, that's so sweet.
Well, I say that she might not. All right, serious Sunday.
Yes.
So
since I'm so happy to see you.
Serious Sunday, yeah. I'm going to ask you, in your opinion, what is happiness and what makes you happy?
Happiness. What is happiness to me? Every day that I'm still alive above ground makes me happy.
Okay, so if you were alive and above ground, but you were sleeping rough in the street, you'd be happy?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Because if I was in the street, that means my survival game is on point.
Okay, so what would make you happier than you are now?
To be debt-free. I hate paying bills.
So basically what you're saying, money brings you happiness.
No, I didn't. You asked me what would make me
but if your debts were paid, you'd be happier. So therefore you need money to pay off your debts, right?
Yeah.
If you had,
That doesn't make me happy though.
but it makes you happier.
You asked me what would make me happier, and I said to be debt free. Doesn't mean to make me happy I would be have a lot of money.
But it helps, right?
Of course.
Hmm.
Of course. It helps. Never take an afternoon nap, people.
And if you do, please set an alarm before you're due to wake up. Do you know what? That would make me happy.
What, for me to set an alarm?
No, A, for me to have an afternoon nap, and B, for you, yeah, to have been on time and, you know, yeah, set an alarm.
Wow. A lot of jabs today.
Do you think, okay, going back to happiness, do you think if you had your dream job, you okay there?
Yeah, that's you jabbing me in the face.
Oh, sorry, I wondered what that was. Let's just say you had all your debts paid, your dream job, you, all your close loved ones, friends and family were healthy, your house was all done out, kitted out like you wanted it, you had a good, what I'd class or we'd class as a good wage coming in every month, then would you be happy? Or do you think then you would want something else?
I probably would want something else. How about you though? What makes you happy?
What makes me happy? Yeah, waking up every day to know that I'm still here. For my son Alfie to be healthy, you know, and safe. That makes me happy. That's the main things, really. Alfie's like the main thing.
Alfie's the main thing for you.
Yeah. Now let's not get it twisted. If I had a little bit more pound in the bank and a few less pound around the waist, would I be happier? Hell to the yeah. I'm not going to lie about that. It's not the be all and end all, you know. I am happy as I stand. Well, I'm not standing, that's a lie. As I sit here right now, you know. But then don't you find with people, I'm not saying it's the case with everybody. There I go. But like people always want more. Do you know what I mean? If you speak to somebody who is money rich, you know, they're always wanting something else. Do you know what I mean? Oh, they've got the best newest sports car that's just come out. Oh, but I want another one, or I want a different one, you know, or they might have loads of money, but they haven't got any time because they're so busy working to get that money. They don't have time to do what they want. So they're not happy that way. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I just feel like people are all, do you think it's a mindset?
Happiness is a mindset?
Hmm.
Yes. I think it is a very, very much a mindset.
Hmm.
Because whatever you put your mind to, whether good or bad, yeah, it's a mindset.
So basically, you wake up every morning with a choice to be happy or to be miserable.
Yes, I agree.
Are you even awake yet? Like you?
I am awake. I am awake. Let's look for definition of happiness.
Oh, what? Again, in the dictionary?
Yeah, I'm jumping in the dictionary.
Ooh.
Ooh.
I asked Uncle Fester actually when I saw him yesterday. I didn't tell him that's what we'd be talking about on the show today. But when I saw him, I said, "What is your definition of happiness?" And he said that everybody I know around me is happy. And I said, "So if everyone else is happy, you're happy?" And he said, "Yeah."
Which is a good answer.
It is, but then that means if everyone's sad, you're going to allow that sadness to reflect on you. Do you know what I mean? Come on, Google. there is a lot of silence that needs to be filled by your answer.
I know.
Maybe I should have Googled it. You don't really work very quickly.
Thank you.
Especially not having just woken up.
Thank you very much.
While we're waiting, people can tell us underneath in the comments what makes them happy. I like it when, I liked Uncle Fest's answer. I like it when other people are happy. It's nice to see people happy, obviously.
Happiness says the state of being happy.
Oh my goodness. That's terrible.
I thought it was going to give us something elaborate, but it didn't.
Well, happiness is just an extension of the word happy, right?
Pleasurable or satisfying experience. I wish you every happiness in life. I had the happiness of seeing you. That's what it says.
How long?
State of well-being. The state of well-being and contentment.
Do you think there are different levels of happiness? For example, by that I mean, if you was to go and watch a really good film and you enjoyed it, you'd be happy. But if you got a visit from somebody you hadn't seen for ages, you'd be happy. But that's a different kind of happiness, right?
I agree. Just like food makes me happy.
Me too.
I think it just depends on the person and the mood that you're in that brings you happiness. Because sometimes you can wake up and really not be in a really good mood and then turn around and see something or smell something or remind you of something that makes you happy.
But this is what I was going to say. Let's just say you wake up in one of those moods. Like everyone has them. I don't care what anyone says. I call it a funk, right? Where you wake up in one of those moods, not necessarily a bad mood, but there's like a black cloud over you. You don't know what's caused it, why, but you can't seem to shift it. What do you do? Yeah, what do you do if you're in a funk to get rid of it?
I have me a smooth cup of coffee.
And that works? Just drinking a coffee works, that's it.
Mm-hmm. Or prayer. Mm-hmm. I'm not a big holy roller, but I believe in prayer.
So when you're in a funk and you pray, what do you say? Lord, help me get out of this funk. Or do you just say, I'm grateful for being here, blah, 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 that sort of stuff?
Yeah, that's that sort of stuff.
And that
it depends on what the mood requires to pray about. Mm-hmm. But yeah, a smooth cup of coffee though, first thing in the morning, if I'm having a bad morning, that's the first thing I go to is a cup of Java. And it is so good. And it puts me in such a good mood.
Java?
Yeah.
Well, I personally, my go-to is always music. Like, I will literally drop, if it's on a weekday when I've got to take Alfie to school, I'll literally drop Alfie to school, get to the end of them, get to the end of them,
pump it up,
get to the end of those gates. That is cranked up to the maximation, and there will be some upbeat song, Stormzy, some garage or something, like you just can't help but tap your toes and bop to, and the mood's quashed then.
I can see you in your car like this.
Now listen, it gets worse than that. I sometimes think to myself, I laugh to myself before thinking, oh my God, if anyone was actually watching me, there is a full-on disco in there, dancing the lot, and not just a little bit of head bopping either. I mean, proper hands going and everything.
You gotta have your hands on the steering wheel, safety first.
I'm saying maybe if I'm in traffic, at a standstill, waiting for the green light, whatever, I'm there. But therefore I look straight, because sometimes if a car pulls up next to you, I'm like, do you know what? I don't care if they're watching. And then when I get home, I laugh to myself and think, oh my God, imagine what those people must have seen.
And that brings you so much happiness and joy.
It changes the mood. But if it's not a morning one, like say, oh, you're getting a suntan?
Yeah, I'm trying to change it up here.
Oh, is that because
Ah,
you haven't put your halo on today, so you've got it hanging up and it's just shining in your eyes?
yeah, it was hanging off to the side. Blinded me.
If it's not in the morning, you know, like sometimes you can have a bad day or your day takes a turn for the worst, then unfortunately I've got to agree with you. Food, that turns it around
There's
every
nothing like a
time.
good savory or sweet item.
But
Put in the old gullet.
do you know do you know what I hate though? Is when I'm trying really hard to be good, eat clean, as they say, you know, be good. And then I have a bad day and I'm like, do you know what? F this. I need a burger. I need a cake, you know. And then I eat it afterwards and I'm like, oh, yes, I feel better. And then the next day I'm like, oh, what did you do that for? That was a bit naughty.
You're a bit naughty. You know what? When it comes to food, I don't care. As long as it makes me happy. If it makes me happy, I'm going to eat it.
I hear what you're saying. In the moment, it makes me happy. Straight after, it makes me happy. But the next day, when I'm standing in front of the mirror and I look at my stomach rolled over my trousers, I'm like, ugh, that does no longer make me happy.
that wouldn't bother me either. To see this is a sign of success, this stomach right here. And guess what makes me happy?
It's a sign of success.
Oh, yeah. Eating good is always a happy thing.
Well, listen, you don't get a body like mine without eating good. I mean, and by good, I don't mean greens and veg and fruit. I mean stuff that tastes good.
Yeah, I'm allergic to vegetables.
Wow.
It's like, nah, I like vegetables.
I've never liked cooked vegetables. I like salad, you know, like cold veg, but not cooked vegetables. I've eaten more of them recently, but they're not for me.
Yeah, they don't make you happy.
No, sorry, B.O.B. They do not. They do
I
not.
love me some vegetables. They make me happy. They put me in such a good mood.
I'll tell you what, out of food wise, that makes me happy: meat, cheese, ice cream, pizza.
Meat, cheese, and ice cream.
Pizza.
Pizza. So those are the things that make you happy.
Food wise, we're talking about now. I'm not going to lie, I've been trying to be good for so long. I cannot remember the last time I ate a pizza. And just talking about it then,
The little meat lovers that y'all got over there.
I just, when we were talking about pizza just then, I just thought, oh, I love me some pizza.
That meat lovers you keep sending it, taking pictures of. I want to try that.
Added pineapple.
that would make me extremely happy.
Oh yeah, I do keep we keep sharing food posts on our stories. Especially, dare I say it, Roy goes to some of the best places, and he shared a burger the other day that I had to share on our story. I don't know where he went, but the burger was like open like that on the side with like 2 or 3 patties, you'd call it, burgers in there, cheese all melted down the outside. And I was like, why? Why do you do that to us?
Oh, don't make my eyes water. Don't make my eyes water.
Mm-hmm. Okay, back to the topic in hand. I don't think money makes people happy, do you?
All money ain't good money. So yes, I don't think
now,
so.
Let's not get it twisted. They say that money doesn't make you happy, but I would like a damn good try to see whether it does.
Yeah, I would try too.
Yeah. I think it's not that it makes you happy, but it makes your life easier, I think.
I don't think so.
Really?
I think more money, more problems. That's how I look at that.
I think it depends who you are.
I think it depends on who I am.
Yeah, like ease up with the ATP yawn, man. Yeah, I think it depends on your attitude and how you deal with it personally.
You're talking about financially? How you handle your money?
Well, money in general. Like if you're going to be a selfish person and like only look after yourself, not worry about anybody else, you know, be selfish. How can that make you happy?
Yeah. So you're just a big Scrooge.
Yeah, well, yeah, I'm not, but yeah, if you are. But
A big Scrooge.
sometimes I think as well, people get greedy. Like if they've got so much money, then they want more. Do you know what I mean? So that's then also when they become unhappy if they can't get more. Don't you think that about like pop stars and stuff? You know, like when you see celebrities and they just all of a sudden they've gone off the rails, like they've spunked all their money up the wall on drugs or drink or whatever, you know. That's what I mean by it depends on your mindset and who you are. If I know for a fact, if I signed into my bank right now and I had £1 million, there is no way I'm spunking it up the wall, wasting it, or being so lavish that it's literally gone.
Guess what? I'm paying off that debt, girl.
Exactly. But like there was a guy once here, could only be an English guy. He was only about 20, but he won the lottery and won like £9 million, right? Now, can you imagine how much £9 million is? He literally partied and bought cars so much that within a year it was all spent. Now you can't tell me, even if they say money brings you happiness, after that money's spent, he ain't going to be happy anymore. His happiness lasted while he was there.
It lasted a year. He made it rain for a whole year.
Exactly. So in that respect, money don't make you happy. But like me or you, who are quite sensible, if we was to wake up tomorrow and have won £9 million, we ain't about to start wasting it on fast cars and women. That's for sure.
Not me.
Exactly.
Fast cars and women.
Exactly. So
that debt be paid off first, then it'd probably be fast cars and women.
Yeah, but even then, let's just say you had £9 million, right? Paid off all your debt. You've still got £8.5 million. I don't know how much debt you got, but anyway, I'm sure it ain't more than £1 million. If you went and spent 10 grand on women in a strip club or whatever, you know, got drunk, the happiness is only there while you're in that moment. Don't get it twisted. You've got a memory, you know, so like in a year's time, you'll be like, oh yeah, remember that time we went to Spearmint Rhino and got dry humped by that cool stripper and I put $10 in her pants. That was good. But then the moment's gone.
Ew. Strip clubs, not for me.
Okay, well, you know what I mean.
I get it though. Dry humped $10 bill.
Happiness is just, it's sometimes it's just short-lived, right? If you're going to look at it like that as a monetary thing.
If you look at happiness as a monetary thing, it ain't going to last but 2 seconds. So the real happiness is happiness within, like being comfortable within your own skin brings you happiness. Because some people, you know, they want to change their look. They want to change the idea of themselves. And at the end of the day, you're still not happy. You got to be able to love yourself.
Do you know what? For example, I used to watch, I haven't watched it for months, right? Maybe about a year. You know that 90 Day Fiance? There was an American chick called Darcy on there who had a twin. I think they've got a clothing range now and they had their own TV show. But she popped up on my Instagram the other day. Boy, I swear I did not recognize her. She's had so much work done to her face. Like, she's literally unrecognizable. She looks horrendous, like all stretched, nose is thin, big lips. And all of the comments kept saying, what have you done to yourself? You looked so much better before. What have you done to yourself? But then look at Michael Jackson. He had all that work done. He still wasn't happy either.
Well, he was the pioneer of that plastic surgery stuff.
Yeah, but there's a prime example. He had all that work done to himself. He had all that money and he still weren't happy.
How do you know he wasn't happy?
Because you could tell, oh, someone else is calling me now.
How you know he wasn't happy? The man
Well,
could.
all them interviews and stuff that people done with him, he didn't seem happy. All the stories that you hear, you know.
Yeah. Well, them are stories. We don't know how that man really spent his life. He seemed like he was happy, had kids, he's doing his thing. Yeah.
But some of them,
Towards the end, I mean,
some of
he
them
found out he
celebrities with
was
all that
addicted
money
to
and
drugs.
some of them celebrities with all that money and stuff are lonely and sad. So
But just imagine if that's all you were about is money. The only friends you're gonna have is people who want stuff. So
exactly. So
yes,
are they
turn
really
around.
your friends?
Yeah, turn around and be a little, I don't know, money hungry or greedy or so then that's when you gotta be careful and see who your real friends are.
But no, honestly, going back to happiness, for me, yeah, as long as Alfie's happy, I'm happy. That's how it works. And don't get it twisted. We have days where it's not that he's not happy, but like I like him to get out every day, right? To have some fresh air. Obviously, if it's raining or terrible weather, I don't. But I just think don't fester in the house, get out and do stuff. And 9 times out of 10, we get up in the morning and he says, clothes, dressed, shoes on. And that means he wants to go out. Now, there might be an odd occasion where it's glorious sunshine outside. And I'm like, yes, let's get amongst it. So I'll have to say to him, come on, let's get your shoes on. And then as soon as we get in the car, he starts not crying, but like, because he don't actually want to go out, but he can't tell me that. But I think to myself, come on, the weather's nice, it's sunny, let's get out there. You'll like it when we're there. And he ends up crying and we just end up coming home. And then I feel really bad. Like I wanted to do something nice or what I thought was nice. And you really haven't enjoyed it. You just wanted to listen. Everyone has days where they just want to chill at home, right? But
yeah,
he can't tell me that. So I just say, oh, let's go out, and it turns into a bit of a disaster.
I bet you didn't have disaster when you saw that scooter.
Well, no.
Saw that scooter. He is like, out, please. Can we stay, please?
He rarely wants to stay, to be honest. He wherever we go, he goes, does what he wants to do, and then he doesn't even say anything, he just goes back towards the car. That means he wants to go home. But yeah, his happiness is my happiness.
Yeah. Well, I like to see other people happy, brings me a lot of happiness too. You ever see those videos of soldiers coming home and surprising their families? Those make me so happy.
They're heartwarming.
Yeah, they are heartwarming and makes me very happy and satisfied.
But this is what I mean when there's different types of happiness. The happiness you get from watching those isn't the same feeling or the same type of happiness you get from eating a cheeseburger when you're hungry, right?
Oh yeah, BK, where it's at.
Oh God, don't mention BK. My dad will be all over it. Whopper, here we come.
Yepper.
Yeah, so is that still happiness then? Just different.
I think there's different degrees of happiness.
Like there's different degrees of sadness, like when we talked about our show about losing somebody, we were saying if you lose an uncle, it hits different than if you lose like your brother or your mother,
Right.
Same works on the opposite end of the scale with happiness. There's different degrees of happiness.
Yes.
Oh, I feel like I've learned something today. Like I like it when we agree. No, actually,
After school special.
Agreeing, when we agree, it makes me happy, even though I like it when we don't agree, because that's what makes a good show.
Yeah, when we add each other, like, yo, I don't believe in that.
Exactly, when you start plucking at me.
Well,
let me ask you this.
But yes, happiness, I think there's degrees and levels to happiness. And I think it depends on the person too. You know, everybody's different and everybody takes.
And I don't think you
road.
should rely on somebody else for your happiness.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Most definitely. I'm not relying on anyone to make me happy. I can only make myself happy.
Agree. I mean,
Now,
don't get it twisted. People can help, but yeah.
Yeah, if I get some help or assistance along the way, yeah, but
it's all
most of the
gravy in the
time,
Navy.
yeah, most of the time I'm on it like a carb on it.
Well, do you know what makes me happy that I'm going to plug? We're doing an Insta live next Saturday, the 25th of September. Instagram is going down.
It's going live, people.
Going live, going down. And like last time, we invite people to be our guests on there. Jump in, pop in.
Jump in, hop in, say hi.
Chop it up with us.
Yes, chop it up with us. And also don't forget that we have our own website up and Adam with merchandise. Don't forget that.
I mean, it is getting around and about the merch. We've had a few people go on there and get our merch. So yeah. we need to share some pictures. Actually, I've had some pictures come in from people that have got the merch, so
yeah,
I need to share those.
Yeah, you gotta share those.
Yeah, and don't forget also the business that we're featuring this week is a perfume line called Empowered by Fender, and she is going to give away 10 free bottles of her perfume to people that follow her and share her post in your story, tagging her and mentioning us. If you do that, you could be one of the 10 people picked for a free bottle of perfume. Now, I don't know about any of them other ladies out there, but I love me some perfume. You got to smell nice.
Who doesn't like smell good?
Oh, listen, I love a man that smells good, but this is women's perfume. Now, when it comes to perfume, I literally bathe in it before I go out, because when I go up, for example, I went to the supermarket the other day, and the woman who worked there was digging around in the shelf, and as I walked past, she went, oh, you smell lovely. What are you wearing? And I was like, yes, I like to smell good. So, very
it, though.
Well, you gotta go. Pss, 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 pss. Okay, I'm ready. Pss, pss, let's go. That's how it goes. So yeah, to get a free bottle of perfume, you don't even have to pay. It's free. Just share it to your story. It's all in our socials, links under the show. Share it. Follow her. You could be one of the 10. Man, I want to be one of the 10.
You can be one of the 10.
I want to be one of the 10. That would make me happy.
That would make me happy. One of the 10.
I want to smell empowered. Yep. So you know what to do, people. Like, subscribe, follow, comment, visit the website www.acrossthepondwithrichandsoph.com.
That brings us happiness for our people to enjoy.
From across the pond, it brings us happiness.
Yeah, to enjoy ATP. That being said, this is Soph.
This is Rich.
And we are from across the pond.
If you ready to go across the pond with Rich and Soph. All right, now holla at me if you ready to go across the pond with Rich and Soph. All right, now holla at me if you ready to go across the pond with Rich and Soph. All right, now holla at me if you ready to go across the pond with Rich and Soph. All right, all right.
Thank you, Rich. Our exit it's not an intro, it's an exit show, was much better than our intro. I'm glad you pulled it back. You woke up.
Oh, thank you. Thank
and
you very much.
And you finally brought your A to the game.
It made me happy.
That made me happy. I'm gonna see you Wednesday for our meeting. We'll see you
Yes.
Friday for our Fun Friday, Saturday for our Insta Live, and Sunday for Serious Sunday. We have got the whole weekend with you. Right, yo.
Yupper.
Yeah, purr.